afraid raising the dead ain't within my power.
Will it be all right? Should I be afraid?
It's coming!
Looking for an old woman. She lives somewhere in the mountains hereabouts.
All she can do is take you straight to hell. You go home and you bury your boy.
Some folks will say as how she's got powers.
Who are you?
Ed Harley.
What do you want, Ed Harley? Say it. You're looking for vengeance. Vengeance. Say it. There's no graveyard way back.
All right, welcome back to another 0-Point Reviews. You are definitely seeing that we are talking about Pumpkinhead. You just saw that trailer. I gave it a rewatch. We all gave it a watch. All right, I'm going to just say it. The movie was good, but it was not great.
I have, I think, my fourth note. This is a fun movie, not a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fun.
I'd agree with that.
My wife, she doesn't like horror films nearly as much as we do. So
What?
she's not a fan of them. She likes more real life stuff. And I'm like, real life sucks.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But yeah, compared to the shit that we watch, you can kill these things. You can't kill people. You go to jail for that shit.
Yeah.
But no, this was a movie that I found out as an adult because I didn't get to see it when I was a kid. It's real, like I said, it's really fun, but it's not good. You watch this movie because it's a spectacular creature.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
He's terrifying, menacing, even and boastful. I fucking loved him.
Yeah.
Well, the practical effects for the suit and everything were outstanding, and no doubt because it's a Stan Winston production and directed feature. So he had his crew working on this bad boy. We were talking before we started here. You were telling me like he told his crew just to have at it, right?
Yes. Basically, because he took on the directing duties, he told his second and third in command, basically, I'm your guys' client. You guys make me this creature. And basically all he did was just add notes to their sketches and sculptures. And then they created this just gloriously menacing, terrifying looking creature. And various different, bunch of different versions of him with the big long xenomorphy head. Yeah.
And the claws and the big shoulder horns kind of thing.
Yeah, I was trying to replicate the Road Warriors
and
from
the
wrestling.
drool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Aliens has like a intellectual property claim on any of these things, but I mean, this came 2 years after Aliens, right?
Yes. Yeah.
This is 88 and Aliens was 86.
Well, this was filmed in 87.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was basically a year after. So I don't know if it was like leftover parts or people that had worked on the previous film and just wanted to keep turn what was an alien creature into a more demonic creature. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was still wonderful.
They used the blue light kind of thing, like in the church.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely reminded us of Aliens with the blue kind of like foggy light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what made certain practical effects look really good back then.
Oh, yeah. It was all the lighting.
Mm-hmm.
It made it look really good. And especially we watched the second one after we watched the first one earlier. And then we went back and watched the first one again to get the taste of that whatever out of our brains.
Like, why did you watch the second one? You do not. First rule of Pumpkinhead Fight Club is you don't watch the second one.
We knew it would be bad. We just wanted to see how. And it was interesting, though, because it really highlighted some of the ways in which it dramatically failed that the first really succeeded, like the lighting and he doesn't work in bright light. Like Pumpkinhead is not nearly working as well in bright sunlight.
That's
it was
too
a
bad.
very dark movie, so
yeah, everything takes place in a single night.
Yep.
Single morning, from a morning when we see the folksy Lance Henriksen, and he
Oh
doesn't
my
do that very well.
He was
does
so much
not
better
do-
when he went psychotic.
Yeah. He's not a really down home, spun, folksy tales kind of guy.
No.
I had an issue with Lance Henriksen in this movie, not his acting ability or lack thereof. It was when he was trying to kill himself at the end, and he's got the little 38 revolver,
Oh, God.
and he puts it on the side of his head like this, and he pulls the trigger, and the next thing you see, he's like stood up and starts
And stumbling out from the truck.
Yeah, it takes like 3 or 4 steps. It's like, okay, now let's pretend that my dad was not a police officer. Let's pretend that I don't have a serious fascination with George Reeves' suicide or forensic science in general. He would have a different kind of wound and probably wouldn't have made 1 or 2 steps, maybe 1 or 2 leg jerks after that and shit himself, but that's about it.
Yeah, that brain would have been all over the inside of that cab.
His brain would have had a sunroof. Like it would have been convertible.
If you've never seen this movie and you were watching it now after you've had years of watching like CSI, NCIS, any sort of Law and Order, you know, any sort of like cop sort of procedural show, you watch this and you're like, yeah, no, that's not how this goes.
The scene where the woods witch pierces Lance's hand to get the blood for reviving the Pumpkinhead demon, it is glaringly obvious where the blood comes from is not where the knife is contacting the hand.
You can see the edge of the tube, actually.
Yeah.
It's at like an angle and it just kind of dips out. And it's like, blood don't drip like that.
Yeah. Especially like if you're cutting here, the blood doesn't drip from here.
Yeah. I mean, it's product of the time. Most of the movies back then, there's things like that, like strings holding, you know, levitating items, things like that. That I can give a pass to. It's the whole, oh, I'm gonna stumble out of the truck after I shot myself in the head. Oh, and I'm still gonna mumble, you need to kill me. You need to kill me.
Because my
And then he
language
gets
sensor's
shot like
still
5
intact.
times. It's like, oh my God.
Well, this is kind of like the end of Exorcist 3, but even that was kind of like, well, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was his death was pretty funny. And I know it's not supposed to be, but I laughed every time.
I had to rewind it. I'm like, did I really just see this? I haven't seen this movie in forever, and I completely forgot about that. Probably for very good reason.
So one thing that I noticed was that I can't be sure because I didn't keep watching for this the whole way through, but it seemed like the Pumpkinhead demon was killing the city folk, outsiders, in a similar manner to in which the kid's death happened, like crushing their skulls or dropping them from great heights and smashing the skulls through windows through a kitchen counter. I mean, it seems to really like inflicting blunt force physical trauma impacts.
And he likes rubbing it in, like when you said he was smashing that gal's face up against the window.
I love that.
And
That
and
was
going,
good.
like you'd hear fucking like wiping on the window.
That's not
And
something
then
you even get
slams
out
it
of
through.
like Jason Voorhees, who just straight up kills people. This one was actually relishing in it.
Yes, there was a little bit of Freudian with Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
I think
good.
that kind of adds a touch of the demonic to it.
Yes,
an actual
Because
demon.
Yeah, the xenomorphs just kill. They kill to feed the hive. Like,
yes,
this thing was killing for pleasure.
Right.
This thing kills for vengeance, and vengeance
Sure, I'll
is
take
dirty.
a little joy out of it.
Yeah, yeah. And nothing's saying you can't enjoy your vengeance.
Hey,
Yeah.
if that's your job, hey, that's your job. No overtime though.
It's a living.
Hey, you got 2 more movies you got to work through here, buddy. So keep them.
Oh no, God, there was 3 more after that, wasn't there? There's like 4 or 5 at this point.
Any of them.
Yeah, I'm sure there's more by now.
You know, the practical effects did get better with the sequels, but the stories just got worse and worse.
They tried so hard to establish like a canon, like like a franchise in the second one. Like, oh, okay, well, here's the poem, here's the rhyme,
Get to it.
Yeah.
here's the story.
The 1-2 Freddy's coming for you, but their version, which
Yeah.
it
Don't
is
say
neat.
Pumpkinhead too many times, or Candyman will appear.
Oh shit!
The first one worked so much better than the sequel. Second one did because there was no explanation.
Yeah.
Like it was just okay. I'm summoning the pumpkin guy. Okay, I'm going to this graveyard. Okay, this girl is wigging out with a cross, and oh, okay, just murder.
Well, I mean, there didn't need to be anything beyond that. I mean,
Exactly. It's
they made it.
vengeance.
Yeah, they made it pretty clear that the cemetery was forgotten because it's for how do they put it? Shamed kin,
Yeah.
like your relatives that have like just basically dishonored the family.
Or mutants like inbreds.
Oh, yeah. So it's buried in there and forgotten, and it's she tells him bring your shovel, but he's buried in like 6 inches of like soft soil.
Now, is this supposed to be the witch's kid, or did I completely miss something?
I don't think
No.
it says. Basically, what the way I've always interpreted this as is the body of Pumpkinhead is the summoner of its previous victim.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Lance Henriksen was the one being buried back in the pumpkin patch
Yes.
with
Oh,
the kid's
that's-
necklace on his.
Okay,
yeah.
I had forgotten about that then.
And he's been
Yeah.
turning more and more into a Pumpkinhead demon throughout the movie. Like,
with
True.
with each kill.
yeah.
Way to go, Lance. You gave us another.
Well, the funny thing is Jim Cameron thought Lance Henriksen was so scary that he should be the one to play the Terminator.
Yeah.
No.
And it's like, no, let's listen to the studio on this one. I think they're right.
No, he'll get cast in an alien movie as a severed head at some point, and that's what we're gonna get with him.
That's true. And I love Lance Henriksen. He's cool.
Yeah, we
Like,
make
absolutely.
jokes because this is not
Bishop.
not that great.
So as far as making jokes, I will say it with respect, like you guys know me that I mean this as a compliment. This is very much a modern day Ed Wood film.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they
I can see that and appreciate it. Yeah.
it's very cheesy. It's the director's one and only time that he ever directed a movie. And apparently everybody had fun on the set, which never happens in movies like this. Like,
And that's very important because that does
Yeah.
come across in the overall entertainment value. On the entertainment scale, this is really good.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
And I'll say this for Stan Winston, this is very well shot. I liked his camera angles. I liked his lens selections. I know that he worked with the cinematographer and everything, and everybody on his crew were very experienced. But I was very pleased with how well this was shot. This was a good looking movie.
Yeah.
Maybe we get a 4K in the future. I don't know. I watched it off my Scream Factory Blu-ray. Looked pretty good to me.
I was saddened today because I found my DVD is full screen. I was like, oh no.
Oh, widescreen or no screen.
Remember when that was everything and it was just that was the thing?
I used to hate widescreen.
Oh yeah, most of us did when we were growing up because we were used to the whole screen being filled, and now they're
Right.
all rectangle screens, and now we need our bars.
Right. Well, it's the bars are like they're not even relevant at this point. But yeah, if you don't on an older TV, if you don't see widescreen anymore, you kind of get that eye twitch.
Yeah,
It bothers me. I hate it. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
want to
like-
replace my DVD of Scooby Doo just because it's full screen, and I don't want a full screen in my collection.
hey, there you go.
Well, you know what you could have seen if you'd watched the full screen edition closely? You could have seen that he has a Nike pair of shoes on in the church scene.
Does he really?
Yeah. I see
Hey,
it in widescreen.
Oh my god.
Thanks,
I'm-
Liz.
I missed that part. I would go back and see that. But I did like that church scene because the little Wallace kid, the little shithead, says basically that they tried building a congregation here. And what did the church burn down, or was it just dilapidated, taken back by the swamp?
Look burned
Yeah.
down to me.
Yeah, but they were all like huddled in the middle of this fucking foundation skeleton of a church, thinking that they're going to be safe from this demon, and he just kind of like walks in, and I'm sitting there writing my notes going, it was in fact not safe.
That was great. And you got Pumpkinhead running in there, not really meandering through the church and just wrecking shop with anything that was across.
Yeah, he
Oh,
really
yeah.
didn't like that cross. He just wanted to beat the shit out of that
It
thing.
just made him madder. It's like,
Yeah.
it's the opposite of, oh, it's gonna stop him or slow him down. No, it just pissed him off, and there you went.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
He had fun drawing the little cross on the religious girl's forehead before he smashed her through the window.
Oh yeah.
The kills on this were funny.
Oh yeah, they were pretty good.
Like there was maliciousness to them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's vengeance.
Yeah, like holding up the gal while she was still screaming at the top of that tall ass tree, just to make sure that everybody was looking before he dropped her. Like,
yeah.
You have to appreciate somebody that likes that kind of showmanship in what he does.
Yeah, I'll give credit to some Mr. Richard Warlock, who did the stunts on this one. So known as Dick Warlock, as also known as Michael Myers the Shape in a sequel or so.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, so in that regard, was he the one getting his ass kicked on the motorcycles throughout all the dirt bike riding scenes?
Ooh, that's an excellent question. I didn't check out all the credits thoroughly like I thought. I'd seen his name, and then I saw Mayim Bialik as one of the Wallace kids, also known as Blossom, or the Big Bang Theory, Shelton's girlfriend.
Yeah, oh God.
Amy Farrah Fowler.
Yes.
So that was fun.
Yeah, I do like her. I'm sorry.
I didn't even recognize her. I saw that she was just one of the three little girls. So that was really fun.
Yeah, I had to go back and look because I missed it the first time around. Like I was just looking at the older kid that kept like trying to taunt the littler one.
Oh yeah.
I'm writing my down in my notes. Dude looks like the Scorpio killer from Dirty Harry.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like looking at him. I'm like, wow, you look a little familiar there, buddo.
Like if Brad from Critters and the Scorpio killer merged into one face, it would be this kid.
Right.
Either one of them are going to hear me and be like, fuck, we're not going on that show.
No.
Fuck him.
Man, now,
Yeah,
was
fuck
it
you.
me, or were like none of these main characters, like, I don't know, all of them seem like assholes or idiots to me, and I couldn't really like get behind like any of them even being a survivor at the end.
Yeah, no. And that was kind of the fun thing about this movie is like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like Tucker and Dale,
Yeah.
where you don't care about the body count. Like they're
No.
all fodder for your entertainment.
Right.
Even the gal, the first two people that died, the one kid that stayed with the little boy and asked if he could help, and the gal that tried to stop the little boy from fucking running out into the dirt bike zone anyway, like they were the first two to get killed.
Yep.
Like badly. Like he just beat the shit out of them for a few minutes. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was the person that Lance Henriksen saw with his son, and then that was
Right.
the kid's love.
oh, that's
and
right.
being
And
cruel.
it did go in order apparently. So like the dickhead that Joel that did run over the boy, he was the last one to die.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of like, yeah, but his death wasn't nearly as cool as it could have been.
No. He should have
Well,
been killed by dirt bike.
Something, or like put his face in the spokes. I don't know. Kind of like on Pet Cemetery 2, just fucking with you.
Yeah.
I thought the rifle impaling was a nice touch.
Yeah.
Should have been through the skull.
Yeah.
Well, if you notice, after he breaks the guy's neck, he breaks Joel's neck.
Oh yeah.
After, just like he's like playing with the skull, like da, 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 da.
It's a back door.
Yeah, that's what it looks like he's doing.
Yep.
It's like, I broke my toy. I meant to break his head. I broke it. My toy is not working.
Well, I loved how it even showed that the creature was intelligent by trashing all the cars except for the one Honda, little dirt bike that was just sitting right in the middle of the light. And the dude hops on it and tries to start it, and you hear wing. It's like, yeah, no one's gonna hear that in the fucking woods.
Yeah.
And then Pumpkinhead shows up just holding the chains like, "Hey, dumb fuck, this is what I got. You ain't going nowhere."
Like, it immediately sounds wrong when the bike starts up, and it's like, what is that? Oh, I see.
The chain's not on.
Yeah, and then he picks up the bike with the fucking dude still on it and just launches it.
And how that dude actually survived was another logic gap. But I'm like, no way you get up from that. The way he landed on his head and neck, he dead.
I'd rather have a fucking horse fall on my leg. Shit.
You're right.
Yeah, the horse will probably get itself up.
Yeah.
And say it's sorry.
And then limp away and be like, "You're on your own, dude."
I'm out here before the glue farmers come.
So the girl who had the camera at the beginning is the only one who survived, right?
Yes, I think so.
Yep.
Which I'm always curious, why her? What did she do that was so
Yeah.
much better than anybody else? Like,
Well, she stopped the kids taunting the little kid with the Pumpkinhead rhyme.
oh, okay.
She did
Okay.
do that.
Yeah.
And she was calling Joel a piece of shit jerk, even when her boyfriend was like, well, I mean, he's a talented piece of shit jerk.
Drunk driving, I suppose. Like,
yeah, riding, doing wheelies on a dirt bike. I didn't think that was that talented. I think
Like,
a lot of people can do that.
I don't remember what song it was, but I got 100% playing something on Guitar Hero once while high on mushrooms. That doesn't make me fucking talented.
Yeah, you can't fill in for Lars and Metallica, you know.
And I don't know if any amount of talent makes up for being a complete piece of shit asshole who runs over a kid
And then
rides
runs
away.
But he
I
takes
got
the time
warrants.
to park the motorcycle on the back of the trailer, make sure it's
Yeah.
secured.
Strap
Oh,
it.
and I'm gonna go up to the cabin and I'll see you guys there in like 20 minutes when you realize I just fucked everybody's lives over.
And he fucking throws his girlfriend down on the ground until she fucking gets up, or
I
so he
saw
can
that.
get over her.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like, girl, you don't you deserve better than him. Go.
yeah, she was swearing like fealty to him. Like she was very submissive during the whole movie to him. I'm like, girl, why are you with this dude? Like seriously.
But he'll get in trouble if the cops get upset with him again. We've got to protect him.
Again. Oh,
Again.
like
Yeah,
I don't want to
again.
know what he did the first few times.
Well, he's on probation apparently.
For another hit and run, wasn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, probably another. Yeah, that's right. He hit her girl.
But the whole situation, I know it's supposed to be tragic. Like, it's supposed to elicit the same emotion as Gage running out into the middle of the road on Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
But it fails to do so. I'm rich, bitch. Meh, meh. It was that truck. Like, first thing, this guy fucking whacks the fucking kid, like you said, beats the shit out of his girlfriend, leaves. Then he's just like hanging out in the cabin. Someone tries to make a 911 call. He fucking pulls the cord out of the wall, locks them in a fucking closet, takes the keys.
Wait. He gets his ass kicked by the preppy looking guy with the short curly hair. And only after the guy stupidly turns his back on the guy who is physically threatening him, then he knocks his ass out with a log
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
fireplace. And then they lock him. And then they get locked in the closet.
Then they let him out, and they're all like, "Yeah, we'll work with you, whatever we got to do." It's like,
Well,
oh my god, just
You've
whoop
seen the
his
light
ass.
now.
I'm sitting
Yeah,
here like,
what happened
let's
to the
see.
nut shots?
Drinking and driving, manslaughter, vehicular manslaughter. Let's see here. Interfering with the 911
Fleeing from a crime
call.
scene.
Yeah, fleeing from a
Leaving
crime
the scene of an accident. Leaving the scene of an accident involving a death.
assault, kidnapping,
Domestic violence.
Domestic violence.
He just kept going with this dude. It's like, somebody quick, grab a sheet and start writing all these down, all the infractions he had in this freaking movie.
I like lost it at 5, 6 fucking felonies. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and the more you think about it, the more you think of.
This guy's either going to prison or hell for a very long time.
And honestly, if you're that drunk and you're doing like dirt biking, how can you even handle something like that? Like, you're jumping off of hills. How do you possibly do that without totally wrecking yourself in 5 seconds?
Well, I don't know if you guys ever have ridden that particular model of motorcycle before.
Nope.
It's
Never.
fun. It's the one and only time I ever got to ride a dirt bike, and it was that particular model. And it's fun, but it's fucking fast. If you're not used to it, it'll like get out from under your ass real quick.
Yeah.
But this guy was pretty big for that bike and probably should have been used to it. So it's like, yeah, if you're kind of those handlebars are only going to stay so straight as you're going up and down and bounces and
Right.
luck was with him. I do better at Mario Kart drinking than he does while fucking.
Agreed.
Well, see, I don't think it's really the city folks' fault to begin with. Lance Henriksen knew that the city folk were there making asses of themselves on dirt bikes. He told his kid to stay inside the store because he obviously knew he shouldn't be outside. The little shithead kid ran outside chasing the dog because there was no latch on the door to keep the dog in.
That's
which
Lance's
Lance
fault.
should have known. And Lance was going to take the kid away from the store to leave it unattended to go deliver the feed. So why didn't Lance just take the kid with him? I mean, Lance needs to understand the kid bears some own culpability in his death.
Well, this is a out of the way gas station, grocery store, convenience store. Did he really think there was going to be any other customers for the 20 minutes he was going to be gone? He thought these idiots were going to be long gone. Like, okay, they're getting their shit. They just paid. They'll probably be gone in like 2 minutes. I mean, yeah, it's still on him for assuming that they would leave and nothing would happen. But, you know,
I don't know if he necessarily thought that they were going to leave, but he told his kid to stay inside.
Right.
Yeah.
And the kid went outside. It's the kid's fault.
Well, we were all kids. Did we do what our parents told us to do and not to do? Fuck no.
No,
But our parents didn't summon Pumpkinhead demons if we didn't do what we were told.
That you know of.
right.
That's true. Good point.
And with that said, I'm going to ask you guys, thumbs up, thumbs in the middle, or thumbs down on Pumpkinhead. That's thumbs up from Will. Kevin?
Oh, right in the middle. This
Yeah.
movie's good for me once every five years or so.
Yep, I'm going to
I'm
go
not
thumbs in the middle.
I'm just saying thumbs up for fun.
Yep,
Yes,
for entertainment value,
I'm
definitely
basing
thumbs
purely
up.
on entertainment value.
Yeah, it's you watch it for a neat monster and some fun kill scenes. It's a monster movie made by a director that's the monster maker, like the dude. So it's you get what you pay for, in at least violence.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
definitely worthy to watch if you are into, drinking or any of your other choice ideas to get inebriated or high or whatever you like to do. So it's definitely one of those kind of movies to just sit back, kick back, turn the brain off, because there is absolutely no thinking in this movie.
No, there's not, except for counting felonies or things that could have been done to save the child's life, like taking it to the hospital.
Hey, that's part of the drinking game that we should create.
How many
Lance-
things are done wrong?
Like, how many stops did he take before the fucking kid died finally? It's like, well, okay, we're gonna stop by home. Oh, now he's dead.
Yep, that's going to be a giant swig on that one.
Well, and Lance didn't have phone service at his store or at his house. If he had had a phone at the store, the kids could have called for 911.
That's
It's on
true.
Lance and the kid.
All right, you heard it from Will. The whole movie is Lance's fault. And that's the 0 Point Reviews with the Sons and Shadows podcast. We'll see y'all next time. Make sure you check us out on all of our social media platforms. We got Facebook, Twitter. We are at Suns and Shadows. We're also on Instagram at Suns and Shadows Cast. We are at sunsandshadows.com. Thank you again, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.